Yes, with another new project, man. You're gonna love it. I keep telling you, there are so much art in the world, and you are making some more. You're just adding to it, right? But there's so much for us to discover. There is so many artists. There's so much cool stuff that, you know what? We could keep going through the summer, through the winter, through the fall, and we will never going to be able to learn everything because there's so many. But you know what? Ha! Let's talk about another one that you're going to love it. Yes, this guy here. You see this guy here with the hat? Yes. This guy is René Magritte. Oh, that's fancy, Mr. Souza. Can you say that? Magritte. Yes, Magritte. See his name here? Magritte. So, Magritte was a Belgian artist, okay? So, he was from Europe, Belgium. And what is pretty cool about Magritte is that Magritte was very unusual. Yes. Yes, check. Isn't that very unusual? Is it day or is it night? Huh. Very unusual. Well, what happened is this, like, Monsieur Magritte, okay, or Magritte, he was from a time where they started an art movement that was called Surrealism. You see the name here, big name, Surrealism. I guess that sometimes you hear your parents say, oh, that's so surrealistic. Well, Surrealism was a kind of art that artists were inspired by their dreams. Like, sometimes you have a dream that you're flying or that you become a fish or something like that. And you can see that in the real world, only in a dream. So if you think about surrealism is kind of like, it's surreal, which means it's more than real. It's kind of unreal, okay? So it is called surrealism. So Magritte was a surrealist painter. You see, surrealist. So that's the kind of art. There's many artists that are surrealist, okay? We could start with a lot of them because it was a very popular movement. What was cool about Magritte is that Magritte was one of the best because his paintings were always kind of like make you think. Like, is this guy here, he's looking at the mirror. But think about it. He's looking at the mirror, but he's seeing his back in the mirror. Yes, right? Very unusual, Mr. Magritte. Very unusual, right? And now, what about this one here that Magritte was right in front? You know the picture I showed you before? Oh, it's raining man with the top hat? That's very unusual too, right? It's kind of like, it makes you think about, about that it's day or it's night. You know what? Sometimes I sit on my deck and I look on the backyard when it's evening. And I always tell my wife, I said, look, it looks like a Magritte painting because, sometimes it is coming dark and it gets this kind of like this painting by Magritte. You see, you don't know if it is day or if it's night, right? Very confusing. Yes, very, very confusing. Now, that's the thing with Magritte, right? Because, we don't see people with an apple hat walking around, right? That's pretty cool, right? What about a balloon head? Ha! That is quite unusual too, right? Now, that's the thing with Monsieur Magritte. So, he has so many super cool paintings, okay? And check the Maddie and Dada movie there because Maddie and Dada, they go visit Monsieur Magritte and it's pretty cool too, okay? You can see a lot of his paintings. So, Monsieur Magritte, he loved to read mysteries. Yeah, do you like to read mysteries? When you read mystery books? Yes, because Monsieur Magritte, he loved mystery. At the time when he was growing up, there was a guy named Fantomas that had many books about mystery, and he loved that. So a lot of his paintings has that mystery feeling. Okay? All right? So I'm going to do this, but I'm going to show you how to make two different kinds of Magritte. Yes, surrealism. Can you say that? Let me hear. Surrealism. Very good. Can you say it again? Surrealism. Man, look at you. You're saying surrealism. That's very fancy word, huh, Mr. Souza? Surrealism. Yes, very good. So you know what? Let's make some surrealist art, right? We'll go to the table. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the eye. So to draw an eye, think about a big smile. See? Then flip your sketchbook or your paper and draw the other part, okay? With another smile. See? So kind of like that fish we drew in the beginning of the year, remember? Without the tail. And then make one of the lines double, okay? So trace the other line without touching it to make a double one. For the eyeball, the trick of the eyeball is you have to find something to trace, but don't trace a total circle. Look what I'm doing. Look, I'm going to trace and I'm going to stop at the line I did before. And I'm going to do the same thing. Remember, when you're tracing something, you have to hold it. You see? You see that I don't have the whole circle inside, so the top is not a whole circle and the bottom is not a whole circle. So that's the trick, okay? And just draw a little eye pupil in the middle. And that eye pupil, I'm going to make it very black. So I'm going to use a marker or a dark black crayon. Okay, so that's going to be my black part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up and add some color. Okay, and I think maybe I'm going to make clouds inside. So you will see it in a minute, but I'm going to add some color first. Okay, so let's color it up. Add a few dark lines with the pencil in the corners of the eyes, the way I did. Now for the clouds, draw some wiggly lines, but make the bottom of the clouds flat. You see, like a straight line? That's the little trick to draw clouds, okay? See? The bottom is flat. I'm going to draw one behind the pupil. No, it kind of looks cool. It's what we call overlapping, remember? So see that? Look, one right behind. See? Okay. All right, now let's color everything. How do you like that, huh? Isn't that pretty cool? You know what? That is one of the most famous paintings by Magritte. Yeah, you see here the real one, right? So this painting is so famous that you know what? The TV, the CBS, they have a logo that it was inspired by that painting. Yes, by Monsieur Magritte's painting. Yes, this painting is called the false mirror. So you look inside the eyes and you don't see the eyes, you see the skies. Isn't that pretty cool? So mine came out pretty cool, right? Now, one important thing, remember I told you when I was drawing, when you're drawing the eyeball, never draw the whole circle, okay? Take a little piece on the top, take a little piece on the bottom, because otherwise you're going to look like your eyes like this. Okay? All right, you see, but when you look at it, you don't see the whole eyeball. You just see kind of almost whole. Okay, so don't forget that. You can do whatever you want. What about if you don't want clouds there? If you want trees, or if you want fish, or dog, raining cats and dogs? Ooh, that's a good idea, Mr. Souza, right? What about my other one? Hey, where did I put it? My balloon? Ah, ha! Check it out, my balloon, man, huh? Isn't that pretty cool, right? Oh, man, I love it. You know what? I think I like making surrealist art. Do you like surrealism? Yeah, I like Art of Magritte too, okay? So, that's it, all right? So I have one more project that I'm going to show you next week, okay? Which is going to be our last week of school this year, all right? And what I would like you to do is check it out, this Magritte. Do your own. Make sure you check Maddie and Dada and create your Magritte. And I'm very looking forward to see your own surrealism. That's a cool name, Mr. So it's kind of full your mouth, like surrealism, right? You can say, I am a surrealistic painter because I create art that is surreal. I don't like that. All right, my dear Hillside artists, looking forward to see your Magritte artworks. Bye-bye. See you around.